Hi. As you know, messages travel to and from the brain by electrical impulses through the nerves. Now, if there's pinching anywhere along the nerve pathway, it's like having a dimmer switch. Now, picture a light fixture in your house that has 6 dimmer switches attached to it. If any of those dimmer switches are made dimmer, the bulb goes dimmer, and the bulb wouldn't be able to tell which dimmer switch was on. If there were 3 dimmer switches on a little bit, it would be the same as if 1 dimmer switch was on a little bit more, and you could not tell by looking at the light fixture which dimmer switch was on or how many were on, and neither could the light bulb. You could tell by looking at the dimmer switches, or an electrician could tell, but the light bulb couldn't tell, and you couldn't tell by looking at the light bulb. In the same way, if there's pinching along the nerve pathway, the brain does not know where that pinching is coming from. It may interpret the sensation from coming somewhere else from where it actually is, and it may interpret the sensation from being different than what it actually is.
Now let's relate that to our own bodies. If we continue our dimmer switch analogy, if there's no pinching of the nerves along the nerve pathway, then the electricity flows back and forth easily. However, there are several dimmer switches, if you will, that could possibly be pinching the nerves. Now, I don't want you to panic and get overwhelmed about what I'm going to talk about next, because in my course I'll show you how to tell where your problem's coming from and what to do about it. One such area is in the lower 3 vertebrae of your neck, where the 3 major nerves that go down your arm and into your hand come from. Next is the scalene muscles of the neck, and these muscles can cause a lot of mischief. Many carpal tunnel surgeries have been done when it was actually these muscles that were causing the problem, they were causing the pain, they were causing the weakness, and it never got detected even with nerve conductivity tests. Another switch is in the pectoralis minor muscle, and another in a muscle in the forearm called the pronator teres muscle, and of course there's the carpal tunnel. To make matters worse, there's a couple muscles that can cause pinching of the artery that goes into the hand, and also pinching on the vein that returns the blood through the hand, giving you poor circulation in the hand, and also making your hand swell up, giving false carpal tunnel syndrome. But don't worry, don't get overcomplicated here, because working on the dimmer switches in these areas also relieves this problem. There's also a very strange phenomenon in the body called referred pain, in which a tight muscle in one area can make the brain think that the pain is coming from somewhere else. Again, don't panic, don't get overwhelmed.
So what's causing this pinching of nerves, or blood supply even? It's muscle imbalance, because we mostly do everything in front of our bodies. We tend to curl up this way as opposed to that way. Our hands mostly is being used in flexion. This is flexion, that's extension, but when we're typing or using tools, whatever, we're mostly flexing. So these muscles, which are the flexor muscles of the forearm, and they're the ones that move your wrist and fingers this way, as opposed to the extensors in the backside, which move your hand this way, and that's all coming from the forearm. Well, these muscles that flex get stronger. These muscles that extend are relatively weaker. These muscles in front get tighter, so there's an imbalance. No matter how weak or strong you are, these are stronger than those. These get tighter than those. And so when you try to strengthen your hands by squeezing a tennis ball, it makes it worse. And these gyro balls are good for strengthening your whole arm, but until you loosen up the tight muscles in the front, you're still going to have a problem. You got to loosen the muscles in the front of the arm. You got to loosen the muscles in the front of their body that's making you go like this, making your head go forward. And you've got to put balance back in your body. And it's not that hard to do.
My course, carpaltunnelmaster.com, will show you how to locate your problem and what to do about it. With self-help techniques that you can do yourself with no drugs, no surgery, save hundreds or even thousands of dollars on doctor visits, physical therapy visits, and if there is no relief when you try my program, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Now, will your doctor do that? Order today, because the more you wait, the worse your problem will get.